You're back. We've been listening on the radio. Nothing but a bunch of dead air. What happened?
You were wrong about Mama's plan. Turns out the tower doesn't give a shit about commanding the airwaves. They were there for a generator. Loaded it up and got away before I could stop them.
A generator? Why would they want that? We got all the power we need at the compound.
It's true. The tower doesn't use a ton of electricity. What they need, they get from solar. Generators eat up fuel, which is, like, very limited.
So, what the hell's going on here?
Beats me.
Fucking Mama. Always one step ahead.
Damn. I was really looking forward to people hearing JB raging again. We gotta find a way to get it on air.
Don't worry. It'll get out there. We can't let this derail our plan. So, you got anything else to report, tourist?
Found a cool map. It's got some scribbles on it.
Can't be that cool. Let me see it. It's a tower map. I recognize the patrol routes. Looks like it lays out some exile locations in different parts of the city. Maybe they're encampments, fortifications.
Mama's not gonna tolerate a priest organizing a bunch of exiles. She's coming for them, and they gotta get ready.
Thank you, tourist. This is useful. We'll be in touch again when we figure out our next move. In the meantime, keep yourself safe.
I'll be ready.
Coming at you on all channels, people. The Pawn King is open and the dealing can commence.
Med supply located. Via Corolla.
We've been staring at that door for hours hoping you'd come through it. Damn good.
Let me gather my thoughts. I'm all ears.
What the fuck was I saying? Tourists. We've been staring at that door for hours hoping you'd come through it. Damn good to see you.
Hey.
What's the matter? The priest put you in a bad mood? He can be a pushy son of a bitch.
Sounds familiar.
Can it, Dez? What did Father Carter have to say?
Too much. That dude likes flapping his gums. Bottom line, he's down with the concept. He did have a few stipulations. He gave me a letter to give to you.
That son of a bitch. All right, put it in the drawer. Man of God, my ass. He's a wolf, this guy. Shifty, but fuck it. He can have it his way. With the preacher bringing his exiles to the table, we will have people in every corner of this city. There's a whole lot of demand out there, tourists, and everybody in NOLA's gonna know that the Pawn King always delivers.
It doesn't sound as cool as you think.
Keep quiet, Dez. I'm doing business with the tourists. You'll get your cut once the goods start flowing through here from our exiled friends. With everybody still dazed from the shitstorm in Old Town and the reserve fiasco, this trade network is the perfect plan at the perfect time. Supplies have never been harder to come by.
Why the supply shortage?
Gotta think the reserve had something to do with it. Everybody had it in their heads that there was this buried treasure out there, and they all broke their necks trying to find it. Then, poof, it evaporates into thin air. And all those folks who were depending on it gotta find another way to feed themselves. Now, some people might see that as a crisis. I see it as an opportunity.
Another sign that we're all fucked.
You need to shift your attitude, kid.
Everybody's got Old Town on the brain.
Yeah, well, it was a fucked up situation. Some lunatic has figured out how to keep the bells ringing for days. What's the point of that? Slaughtering a bunch of innocent people, then making it nearly impossible to ever set foot in that stretch of NOLA ever again. Chaos like that ain't just bad for business, it's bad for living. Hope Mama gets a hold of that fucker, gives them what they deserve.
I heard it was some tower guy who went rogue.
Yeah, but you know what they say, Pumpkin. Truth travels slowly. Rumors have wings.
You're like the only one alive who says stuff like that.
Cut the shit, Dez. I mean it.
Just make sure my cut is substantial, Sonny. Then we won't have a problem.
I'll tell you what I tell all my associates. I haven't operated this fine establishment for 28 years, through a fucking apocalypse even, by breaking my promises. You've got my word, and my word is good as solid gold.
It's true. He does say that to everybody.
That's enough, Des. One thing you gotta know about the exiles, they're like catfish, night feeders. So you'll need to venture out after dark to do business with them. Work that UV flashlight to find where they've set up shop. It's a whole different ballgame at night. But the exiles say it's the best time to scavenge. Less competition, lots more loot.
I'm not scared of the dark. I dig it. Soothes me.
Okay, Dracula. Just giving you a heads up. Listen, while you're here, I got a favor to ask you. It would help the trade network out a whole lot. Our old friend Henri, he had stuff hidden all over this town. He was like a fucking squirrel. Couple of nuts here, couple of nuts there. Most of it I could care less. But he and I were in the middle of a deal for one of those stashes, and then he got himself dead. I happen to know where he hid it. You can keep whatever else you find, but the batteries, those belong to me.
You expect me to risk my ass for 9 volts?
It may seem trivial to you, I know, but the whole trade network relies on batteries to keep in touch. I know more than a few exiles who would gladly exchange their firstborn for one damn 9-volt.
Fine. I'll fetch your damn batteries.
So it sounds like we got us a deal then. The spot ain't too far from here. An old recording studio in the French Quarter. Lots of fond memories. Henri and I used to do session gigs there. Him on slide, me on bass. We even played with Slim Dog Fortune once, if you can believe that.
You knew Slim Dog?
I most certainly did. Not like Henri. Those two played together for years. But I spent enough time with the legend to know how special his talent was. Back in the day, after Slim Dog met his maker, Henri would always be boasting about how Slim Dog told him he was the best slide player he'd ever seen. Even better than Slim Dog himself. Oh man, I miss that fool Henri. And he could play, there is truth to that. But better than Slim Dog? Come on now. The cat who owned the recording studio was a lunatic, Martinique the Martian Driscoll. He was a bit on the paranoid side, thinking everyone was out to steal from him. Didn't trust us musician types as far as he could throw us out the front door. He was always switching the door code, sometimes every other day.
Where do I find the code?
The Martian was something of a ladies' man. Had a dalliance with a different lady every week. So he set himself up with a private suite at the Hotel Eclair. Every time he changed the door code to the studio, he'd leave it there for whoever he had coming around. You find room 212, you find the code.
I was just at the Hotel Eclair. Place is infested.
One last thing. We're not gonna be keeping regular business hours from here on out. Security reasons. I'm sure you get it. We'll shout out on the radio when the doors are open, so stay tuned in. Good luck to you, tourists.
Former compatriot, you were absolved of your debt. when I severed you from your breath. From this burden, we are freed.
Floor by floor we fought. 5 bloody and costly weeks to clear the entire building. By the time our climb was through, and the building was secure, our numbers were reduced to 36. 12 brave and beautiful souls lost. Their sacrifices were not in vain. We had our home, our tower. Word of our success spread like wildfire. Every day, more and more survivors found their way to our house. And we welcomed them with arms wide open. We had the room to grow, and we grew quickly. In those early days, we were unified, and as a result, we were prosperous. One collective mind, one collective vision. They allowed us to regain control of our lives. But as the population grew, dissent found its way into the collective and reared its ugly head at the most difficult of times. What did we do? Did we crumble? Did we change our course? No. We persevered, as we have from the beginning. We knew that our future remained bright if we stayed committed to what brought us to our tower in the first place. So let us not allow all the noise to knock us back from the heights we have already achieved. Let us continue to climb together. We must cut loose those who burden us with their petty squabbles, their poisonous minds, and their freeloading ways. Trust in Mama when I say we are better off without them. Have I ever steered you wrong?
Yo, tourist! Got a pretty big list over here with your name on it.
Oh!